go get it.
I'm trying to get that started, so you guys can start your
We
meeting.
can be a minute.
No, we're okay. I'm trying to figure this out now.
People say the budget's not being recorded.
Well, it's on anyway, whenever you're ready.
You guys would please stand and say the pledge with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, says roll call. Looks like we're all here.
Yep.
Approval of the minutes of the September 18th meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the September 18th meeting.
I'll second. Spain. One here.
Motion by Retha, second by Monty. All in favor? Aye.
But you, he wasn't here, you're not gonna take that out of it.
Yeah. I thought you were on the.
You were here.
Was I here?
It says he was.
We didn't have one last month. This is September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you could sign the minutes too.
Yeah, you was here.
If we're going every other from this meeting, that's right. It's fall break or something.
Sign this copy here.
Yeah,
Terry.
sign.
Looks like we've got a little bit of old business there. Update on the 2025
Facade program, yes.
facade program.
So just giving everybody an update, we're wrapping up last year's facade program. To date, we've reimbursed $26,101.17. We're still waiting on 2 invoices. One project has been completed, but he's not sent me his invoices for it all yet. And then there's one that you all granted an extension. I had a conversation with her yesterday. The sign will not be in for another 2 weeks. Again, they're waiting on the siding to go up. The siding is gonna be installed on the side of the building next week, and then the sign will hopefully be installed the week after. So we're looking at another 2 weeks, and that one should be done. So that's the update on that.
With that thought, we're going to continue that for 26. When do we want to do applications
Thanks.
for 26?
Do we wanna open them in January, have them do, we'll review them in March, or you wanna do like January, have a month, turn them in February?
If we don't meet in December, then we need to discuss this.
I think we should probably do, myself, I would feel like January, we'll go over them in March.
Yeah, I like
Cause we
that.
nobody will be able to do any work. anyhow.
No, when it's cold, yeah.
That way they're ready to go, then get on the contract
Yeah.
list.
Okay, so we'll make them live, and that's also, we can, if you don't care, if we skip down to my agenda while we're on the facade subject.
Sure.
I've got a copy of the application, of last year's application. Do we wanna keep it the same jurisdiction this year, or do we wanna open up to like in town city limits? Cause this past year, we focused on the downtown, we actually had the districts because of our Main Street groups. Do we wanna keep the focus on downtown, or are we wanting to expand the focus within city limits? What are your thoughts on
So-
that?
Lagody's a little messed up because Main Street is here, but the original Main Street is where Greenville Hardware is now,
Mm-hmm.
which that's zone B1. So I think if we expand that, then we need to do something in the language of the zoning. If it's zone B1 in the city limits of Lagodi, maybe allow that. And then Shoals, however you guys, if you just want to focus on Main Street or.
So Bonnie, what's a B one?
I know, that's what I'm thinking, I gotta go to the building commissioner for this.
Yeah. And then that. And then coincidentally, downtown Lagodi, where the barber shop is, there's individuals living there. And do we want to consider them there? Because over there, it really looks nice now, because the new owners of the corner building they're finishing it up. The barber shop's working on their front facade.
They already did that, yeah.
They're putting an awning, and then so you got this one in the middle that just needs paint. And coincidentally, on the other side, it just needs paint by the KFC. I don't know how we can do that, and if we. However.
I mean,
I don't know.
aren't we focused toward business?
We want it for sure zone commercial, I think, it could get sticky if we start getting.
Yeah,
residential.
and that's what's frustrating with them, but.
Or what if it's a house that someone's worked, has a business out of it, but it's still zoned as a residence? As long as it's a full-fledged house. I mean, we got some of them there that, you know, along the highway and stuff that where they're, you know, they're beauty shop or whatever. Those might be
But
considered.
but if it's along the highway, the first 1,000 feet off the highway is all zone business.
Even if it's a house.
Even if it's a residential, it's still zoned in a business, a B1 category.
I should cover it then.
So they would, but that's my suggestion. I'm not, it's whatever the board allows, but as long as it's zoned for business, I think that. Since Shoals isn't zoned, it's.
Not that it matters for me, but like the building that I'm renting,
Mhm.
is that zoned for business?
Mhm.
Because it's got residents above, behind?
Yeah, it's zoned, it's all within
Still
that
considered
limitation of the
business,
highway.
those got houses or people living there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, but. However, just my thoughts.
I think you call it all for business, and when you're reviewing the applications, you determine if. Whoever's reviewing it determines if. That's what you're,
Yeah, I
I
just
mean, if it's a legitimate business, I mean, a hairdresser in a home is. Probably a legitimate business.
As long as it's within the corporate city limits.
I mean,
We gotta do that.
well, Lagodi, you know, he is taking care of a zoning. Shoals. I
Yeah,
don't
Shoals, like
know.
I said, Shoals is a little, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know that we would have anything that's in town that. I think it's gonna be pretty much a definite business, or it's not, I think, in Shoals. I mean, I can't think of anything.
Well, what was done downtown Main Street here was fabulous. You just,
New tab.
yeah, yeah, that's one ball,
I haven't got our picture.
where I put my filter on.
Regular conversation, Paul.
Good thing I'm 20-some years older. We'd probably took care of that back.
See, 20 years ago, there'd been a train coming through town, you might pray for a derailment.
I can't believe the milling didn't, the girl who's the water office said it shook the crap out of the building on theirs and. I figured that's good, so.
They should have brought in a massive,
So we wanna go with
Operator.
business only, business,
So,
however,
Zone
Bonnie
business.
said it for.
Yeah, the zoning,
Okay.
zone B,
okay,
in the B category, and we'll go, yeah.
And then Shoals, I would say we maybe extend it even off of Main Street to any business here in the town limits.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, cause we got a chance that somebody's gonna go in the JC building.
We got the doctor's
The
office, we got
doctor's office,
Bailey's,
they
we
wanna,
got,
they'd add some paint.
Then the town of Crane, would be
Napa?
just that strip.
Yeah,
There was a truck up there, I guess. Had a full load of equipment at the JC there earlier, so
They're on
Yes,
they're.
they're hauling it out,
I don't know what happened yesterday, but.
the auction.
Yeah.
the auction of.
It was just the equipment.
My son was a high bidder on
really?
26 cents.
Hmm.
He put in a bid, that's all it went to. He said, now I gotta go deal with it, set a credit,
Who's that now?
Byron. 26-cent credit card payment.
What'd he buy?
He said it's cash drawers or something other. He throwed in a bid. I mean, he throwed in a bunch of bids, but that's the only thing he ended up with. So now he's still gotta deal with it.
Not worth pouring, getting. And you end
So
up
did
with-
Amish buy that? That's what I was.
The
hearing.
building's not sold.
So,
No.
It can't,
Well, we did,
somebody told me it can't be a store, grocery store anyhow.
Well, they wondered about that, but I talked to the realtor that has it, and he said there's probably ways that we could work around
Yeah.
that were an opportunity for the community, given that it's the only grocery store in the community.
Well, was that a stipulation at Kroger's?
I
That's,
thought it was like 3 or 5 years.
that's what somebody told me. It's had a 2-year.
Oh, what a deal.
we had to pay taxes on.
Up and take off on us, and they won't even put one back in there.
Just
Well,
kind
the,
of jab a knife in on the way out.
Yeah,
I think Old National did that too.
they did. They did. Old National did do that too.
They did it like 7 years ago or something, didn't they?
Well, we
Yeah,
got
we
a new-
showed them.
The building beside the KFC sold. The old library, it's got new.
yeah.
Seen people moving in there the other day.
The running
thought the-
running with scissors group,
Oh,
girls.
I thought,
Oh, yeah, dude.
I thought the
Maybe
Samaritan
Dollar.
was
They,
gonna take it over.
They sold it to
They
the,
sold
Yeah.
it, they put it up for auction. 200 and.
All right, so,
so, just so I'm clear on this.
yes,
We're revamping the applications for 2026 to the town limits in zone B for the city of Lagodi.
does
Or
that
just to
cover,
keep it town limits. and zone commercial. Just keep it clean like that. What is it?
Keep it
Town
clean,
limits
and then
and
we
zone
can
commercial.
consider anything that's zone B.
Okay, okay. Okay,
But that opens up a little bit more down towards Harder's, up that road.
Yeah,
Boys Auto Parts, Greenwell's, the Mexican restaurant.
so those were all included this round.
Yeah, that's the original Main Street.
and what's our funding that we have available?
So that's up to you guys. Last year you gave me 40 for it, and then this year we're gonna have probably around 6,000 left over. So do we wanna do another 40 and we'll do the 6 on?
We wouldn't have though, if a couple of them had had,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
a couple of them decided not to, yeah.
yeah, and then we had a couple that was in a little bit of different situations, so
Yeah,
they
so they
could,
weren't eligible, yeah.
yeah,
That would have spent better probably.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, oh, it would have,
Yeah.
for sure. We were actually gonna go over.
yeah.
That was the discussion that we would have had to be a request.
Would have been about 42 or 43 maybe,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Now, that's just running less than 10% over. That's pretty good,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, it's kind of nice. I mean, it's kind of nice to hit the limit. That makes people get a little more serious about.
it is. I
Yeah,
mean, we put in,
If
you
a few
know,
people get turned away, hey, be serious and
exactly,
come up with a good program.
yeah.
we could always do it the same way we did last year, you know, if we do approve more, then we could come back to the board and
Mhm.
whoever's on the committee could ask if we could get, you know,
Yeah.
throw another however much toward the,
Right. So do we wanna plan for you all giving 40 again this year, and then we'll take the 6 over that was left over from last year and make it about 46,000,
I would say let's make it even 50.
50? Okay,
I'll make a motion for that.
okay.
Motion by Monty. Second by Warren. All in favor? Aye.
So do you guys require like a bona fide estimate from people or they
Yes.
just give you
That's
No.
required.
Yeah. they
That is
have
a,
required.
so like a contractor has to say, this is how much it's gonna
Yep.
cost to do this work?
Yep.
Is 90 days gonna be enough for that?
They have to have a third party
Okay,
paper.
so they just can't say, it's gonna cost me 20 and I need 20.
No.
Okay, so,
And it's up to $4,000 reimbursement.
okay, so.
So
but
if you have
that's-
18,000,
Yeah.
right, we'll reimburse up to 4,000 of that.
Okay,
If it's a new sign that costs, 3,000, we'll reimburse 1,500 of it. So
but it
it's a
has to be some
one-to-one
type of third
match.
party,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's all in that application, but yeah.
And I'm thinking last year was about the same, maybe a little less time. We're giving them maybe a little more this time.
Yeah,
Okay, and it still was okay last year?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we only had one extension. That's pretty decent, I feel
Yeah.
like.
And it was,
And they had their bid, I mean, and everything before the.
Mhm.
I think one only
Just,
came back
uh,
more. The
getting the work
window,
done.
in the window.
Yeah,
stains,
it was,
came-
no, it was over here,
Yeah.
even more. It was a big window though, it's big,
Yeah.
so. But yeah, I mean, all in all, that was a pretty awesome program. We did over $100,000 worth of redevelopment to our downtown. So that's, I mean, that I think speaks volumes.
Mhm.
We'll continue increasing that as people get excited to see what the other people did last year, so I think it'll be some good momentum for our communities.
$100,000 worth of work for what, 34,000?
For sure. It's definitely, it's an incentive and that keeps coming up in all of our comprehensive planning, all of our quality of place planning is figuring out some type of incentive, which we're incentivizing people, but they've got skin in the game too, so. I don't think it's a bad thing, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I've got. Thank you, guys.
Do we wanna go ahead, is Jim on there? We wanna go ahead and hit him before we get to Monty?
Sure.
Yeah, Jim's on there, yeah. Hmm,
He's talking.
well, let's see.
Well, there,
Hey, there you are.
better?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for allowing me to participate virtually today. I'm trying to wrap up a lot of stuff before I take next week off for the holiday. I've prepared for you your 2026 spending plan that we're required to file by December 1st. It mirrors last year in many respects. Basically, three categories of spending. First is your $40,000 allotment to the Alliance for the work that they do. Second was $5,000 for professional fees that you might incur during the calendar year. Then the third was a catch-all, which is $200,000 for other, expenditures, which would include the $50,000 that you just allocated for the facade program for next year. It doesn't have to be a strict spending plan. It can be amended throughout the year if you decide to spend more. But that's what I've prepared for your consideration today. And be happy to change anything that you'd like to change, or answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, looks really good to me, but go ahead there, Monty.
This is off the subject, but something Jessica and I talked about in one of our meetings we were in. Are you seeing counties incentivizing contractors to build homes? If so, what are they offering?
I've seen some, right, but it's all tied to residential TIFs. I mean, because that's where the money's at. I've seen a pause recently because of the impacts of Senate Enrolled Act 1. Right, and it's hard to incentivize them up front. I've seen after the fact incentives. So imagine we've got not necessarily fill-in homes, but we're going to build 20 homes in a subdivision. And there are certain improvements that the community is looking for relative to, maybe we want the developer to put in roads and possibly sewer work, and they're going to spend $500,000. The incentive that I've seen is, hey, look, we'd like you to put in this $500,000 worth of improvement. And what we'll do is we'll TIF that residential area. And as that TIF comes on, we'll give you 50% of what's generated or 70% of what's generated till you have half of that recovered. Right? So we're not asking the community to necessarily put forth some of that preliminary infrastructure that needs to be done, or maybe we want sidewalks and a trail or streetlights or something that would be above and beyond. We would find a way to not necessarily incentivize them, but reimburse them to make the cost of that cheaper. But the residential TIF is a great, right? Like we've created in Crane and some other, and Burns City and some other areas. It's just the uncertainty of what Senate Enrolled Act 1 is going to do to our, funding source as assessed values decrease because of the change in the way that the supplemental homestead is applied over the next 6 years, and then the new credits rather than deductions that are being offered. But that's what I've seen. I mean, I've not seen cash incentives go out the door just because I think people are trying to hold back on the funding that they've got due to the uncertainty.
Well, the cash is, we're cash poor here, so.
Yes.
But that's a way we could put it, because as Crane keeps growing, there's gonna be more and more opportunity for Shoals and Lagodi both, and maybe even the town of Crane to make things happen. Crane's, a lot of their utilities are being taken care of through some grant stuff, but there's still gonna be additional chances of growth. So I just was curious, so we'll keep it in the back of our playbook.
Did Lagodi end up setting up their TIF?
I don't know that they have yet. I'm not sure.
It's hard to get their council on board to understand.
Should we go back to TIFing it? Cause
I'll be at a board of works meeting this afternoon. I can talk to Brian about it too. Because they're moving forward with it at all.
because if we'd have done it, it would have all been in place and money would have.
Built now already.
Yeah, there'd be money flowing in already.
And the apartments.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
sort of knew that was gonna happen.
We had hunch, and we sat back and let him.
But
But I mean, it's an area, I mean,
But so here's another thought, and
the money would have still went to help them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
the new senior housing I'm gonna call it, being built at the end of John C. Strange Street, where the guy was wanting people to buy into. That's out of city limits.
To the south, yeah.
It's out of city limits. I mean, I know he's building stuff back there, but see, if they're not gonna expand their city limits, then we need to go around that town and TIF it. Because
So maybe we just need to have a coordinated effort on it to tell, cause I know he's got plans of expanding.
Yeah, I
we've
talked to him
tried,
Monday.
we've tried
Hoping
to,
for
I
33
mean,
units.
and he just, they drag their feet, the council don't wanna do nothing, and something needs to happen, cause we're losing money.
Yeah.
We're losing money, we could be offering to these developers to put additional sewer and water and systems in, and it's only getting worse.
I don't, yeah, I mean, Jim had most of the work done, right?
Mhm.
I'll talk to him about it today. I'll let you know what he comes up with. I think probably the best bet would just get everybody to sit down and talk about it and say,
Well, I mean, like,
here's what we need to do.
Well, what they don't seem to understand, we're not their enemy.
Yeah.
It's,
We're all the
Yeah,
same.
that's- For some reason, you know, when we was gonna give money to them for,
Lagode's actually in Martin County.
I think we're just leaving money on the table.
Oh, we're leaving all kinds of money.
But every house that gets built-
Yeah, I agree.
Every house that gets built, we can not collect it and it really
Yeah,
don't help anybody else.
yeah. So.
But if we set it up, then we're capturing it instead of the state playing with it.
Yeah, we could have took a TIF on that area there and gave the city back 50% of the TIF money in an agreement and help pay them back for all that. Now they're drawing dead.
Well, we would have been helping the city if
We've been
whatever.
helping the city and
I mean, we was gonna help them with, when we didn't have it set up. And,
$200,000, if I recall correctly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now every house,
I mean, we done voted to give them the money and then all of a sudden, Brian didn't want us involved with it, so we
I mean,
took our money back.
all of that infrastructure they put in, now we won't be able to catch a TIF on it.
And
We could have.
I'll talk to them about it, you know, we'll try to get something squared away before January and move into the next year, either going.
I mean, because of- If we want Jim to do it, we need to, cause as this stuff's moving, every house that goes up is, every house we can't capture it on.
We got a lot going on,
Cause it's only the improvement, so if the house is up,
it's already done, yeah.
it's already done.
Once the ground's broke, we're done. But there's still 39 lots.
Yeah, but
That's
the
not
other
started.
houses you're talking about, I mean,
But yeah, the two we would lose on, the other 39 lots where there's nothing started.
Stuff on Poplar Street, and I mean, there's. a
Oh,
lot going
yeah,
on.
there's.
So we missed out.
does it not work
Oh, my goodness.
like them
The dirt work's
apartments? They're
being-
not done yet.
Where,
Can you still TIF around them, Jim?
so, I mean, well, yeah, they stuck a shit on had a groundbreaking, so.
Anything you want me to tell Rich? No. Let's hope he doesn't need to say
I don't
something.
think he heard you.
So really, you could collect anything once the assessment changes. So if you were to create the residential area in an, or a regular TIF in Lagodi, and you were to do it December and start the process, that you would go back and look backward to the base of January 1st. So,
Full year, okay.
We could still
right,
get those.
so anything that came online this year, you would capture. So if the house was under construction, but the assessment didn't occur until next year, you'd capture that house as growth. If
So
you wait and do it early next year, right, then you're gonna look back to January 1st of 2026. And you would, so anything that came online in 25, you'd miss.
It's critical to get it done this year.
So January 1st, they take a snapshot. If you
Yeah.
tear down a building, like I tore down a trailer on Poplar Street,
Yeah,
that no longer is taxed. But also in turn, that modular home's there and it's taxed.
yeah.
Right.
Okay,
So,
We have
I
time.
mean, I think you need to try to get them, and that they're hard to get to understand, but you need to get them to understand we're not their enemy.
I got Brian's here, and Brian typically has Mike's and Dave's here, so.
I mean, I can go there if you need me to, Dana.
Yeah,
I'm not-
But
we'll get it done before the next meeting, and, well, this is, in December, so we'll get it done before your next meeting. And
Well,
an
I
answer
mean,
what
we'll
might
have to, we'll have to schedule a December meeting if we're moving this way, but
Yeah,
if Lagode's gonna cause us problems, cause if I understand it right, we can set it up and then they can create it and we've done the work and our work is no longer good. Is that right, Jim?
Right, and remember too, that a lot of it, it's not when the physical activity occurs, it's when the assessor actually makes the change, right? So,
Yeah.
so there could be a house that's completed right now that they've deemed as done in November, but they may not assess it until January, or they may miss it
Or the
this coming
next,
January and it doesn't fall on till January of 2027. So if you've only missed a couple of houses, I don't think that's, a huge loss if you get it taken care of in early next year. So not to rush the process necessarily. I don't think we have to get something done by December, but it would be good to get to something done early next year.
Well, with the assessed timeline, Jim, so I may be wrong on this, but I think we do a quarter of the county. Or a third of the county every
a
year,
quarter every year.
quarter every year, so would we
But-
have 3 years?
You could,
Okay.
you,
But
you
it depends on
could.
what they do. I'm guessing they pick on the lower fruit and
That's fine, I just
coming out,
curious
to-
on that.
Right,
coming
it-
out
it-
to see me out in the country, they probably drag their heels on.
so you guys.
I would
you guys-
imagine in Lagodi, they use permits, right? So you would have like a certificate of occupancy that would get filed that they could pick up and,
They do a building permit there.
right. So you may find that it comes a little faster than that. But again, if you're missing one or two homes out of that subdivision, I don't think that's a huge loss to let go. Some of the other, like the apartments and some other things may make a difference, but
So in the past, when the county offered to TIF those residential areas, you guys offered 50% to Lagodi with that TIF?
Well, I think
At that time, we was just giving them the 200,000
Okay,
and then it was coming back to pay it back and they thought it was way more lucrative than that.
okay.
Uh,
But they've not did anything, and that was back,
March.
yeah.
See, we could, all that could be negotiated.
I mean, I'll go into it with a sense of urgency, saying we have to have it done by this calendar year, and hopefully we can get
Well,
something.
I personally think instead of needing some long drawn out contract, that they need to realize that we represent the county and Lagodi is very much, I mean, if Lagodi don't vote for me, I don't have a seat at this table.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's that hard to understand.
Oh, I
mean,
think they understand, you know.
It's
you
just
know,
like-
all three commissioners are countywide voted. So the majority of the table is always voted on by Lagodi people. I'm at large, so I'm voted by the county, but Monty's not. So the council doesn't have to be that way, but the commissioners, it's always countywide election. So Lagodi, in my opinion, has a very strong seat at the table because if Lagodi's not supporting you, you don't make it.
Yeah.
And so, I think instead of a bunch of contracts to get bound up and, I mean, you might agree to something and 3 years from now, when there's a little bit of money to play with, Lagodi's wanting something completely different than what we agreed to anyhow. So the more open it is, the better.
Easier it is, yeah.
Jim, how long would it take us to have our paperwork ready?
if you define the areas, right, I would think 45 to 60 days to be ready. I mean, the idea of putting the TIF in place is to collect the money. If you turn around and gave even the majority of the money back then to the city for them to use for what they wanted to use for, it's still a benefit to the county and to the city. If you retained a small piece of it, just for the one to collect your cost to put it together. And then two, just a small administrative piece that you have, you could still pass it back. The city could do with it what they want. For those purposes. It's not like you're gonna take it and use it for other stuff, but, again, it's the city's option. They could create their own commission. They'd have to find 5 members to meet and to go through all the process and to have all that. And I think that's what it was when we proposed it the last time, that we wanted to capture the increment till we got the $200,000 back that you were going to invest, and they thought that it was going to generate a lot more than that, a lot faster. And you were willing to take the risk that you may not get the money back in the time of the capture. But they thought, oh, this thing's going to be gangbusters, and county's gonna, get back more than $200,000, and we'll never see it. So, I mean, I would comfortably say once you knew what you were doing in the area that 45 days we could have everything ready to go.
That area should be defined already.
Well, not that it matters, but why haven't they done it? Well, Goody.
I have no idea.
It takes a bunch of paperwork,
Yeah.
and they need somebody like Jim, and Jim is working for us, and so. Then
To me, that's the fastest route, is to have the county do it. We just need to make sure we offer the Goody a good proposal saying, hey, we'll give you 70% or whatever you guys come up with. And
again,
that way it gets done. We're not losing out. The county gets something, the city gets something, and everybody's good. But I don't know what the holdup is, and I'll find out for it, but.
Well, then we could put stipulations on saying it's gotta be used for infrastructure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they need.
yeah, but that can. It's nice if you're needing it, but if you're needing something else, it's,
Street
Well,
lighting,
it's just,
sidewalks.
that's
just like
why
the
there's
houses, the
5
apartments.
people elected. You work with them, you trust them, you talk to them.
But they've got such a need for infrastructure, they'll never
I mean-
run out of the need, so.
Yeah, but I think that it ought to be moved on.
I mean, I would still think if we could at least start the preliminary, if that's what he's saying, in December, so that we can start
So I'm
it.
saying, I mean, what's the offer to Lagodi for this? If you guys end up doing it, what's the offer to Lagodi so I can help?
That we capture this money that they're not getting, that we can help them with.
So how
I
much
mean-
money does Lagodi get right off that top?
But there's nothing off the top.
Yeah.
Well, see,
because-
so in theory, let's use the apartment building.
It's going to that area.
Well, let's use the apartment building, because it's gonna be finished before all the houses are finished.
Yeah,
How much-
Maybe. Let's say it's finished in 2027.
Okay,
It's assessed in 28.
What
We don't
value,
collect the money till 29.
Okay.
So no, they're not gonna get anything until we get something.
yeah. Well,
But of
you
what
guys
they
get.
get
Yeah.
for out of the TIF, that percentage can be negotiated.
And that's what I need to go to them with and say, hey, if the county does a tip and they give you 70% back, is it okay if the county does a tip?
let's see, I'm still
But Jim,
saying,
can we do it?
I'm just still saying,
Yeah,
just
we not-
leave it open.
Do we have a redevelopment commission? If we have a
He
redevelopment.
never got the redevelopment commission finished.
They don't have
It's not finished.
They never
they
got
don't
the-
have,
Well, got our first meeting coming up.
did you set up a redevelopment commission?
He done all the
They got
paperwork.
their first meeting. I don't know if we've done any paperwork or nothing, but. we've got our
If they've
first
set
meeting.
up, if they've set up a redevelopment commission, then then you can't do anything within the corporate boundaries of Lagodi.
But everything outside of the corporate boundaries, we can.
Everything outside of the corporate boundaries you could do, but
The new duplex is being built outside of city limits, we could capture that.
I'd say that's what we get started on then. Let Lagodi figure it out. They had it made with us back in March,
Oh,
so.
yeah. I don't know, did they annex in the new housing division?
I know of.
The housing, Country Court 5 is annexed in. That was something the previous administration did.
Okay,
So
Before
Country
they-
Court 5 is
Before they
annexed to the
started
city
doing all
limits.
that, yeah.
so that gets us out to the church. Roughly,
Right before the church, yeah.
yeah, roughly, cause the back of it's right behind the church, so anything,
And they still have to annex the backside over by the Davies County side too, into the city.
How did they get anything in the county annexed?
cause we have to give up the tax rights.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah,
I don't-
It's
don't think so.
annexed. I did it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was annexed.
Yeah. The city did the annex, the county, we don't have a say over it. They did the annex ordinance.
They tried to go one time out on 550 and we stopped them. Lagodi from annex.
I don't see how they could, cause you have to wait.
They wanted to do a 1 mile buffer, I remember, and they come in here for a meeting, Noel did, and we told him
I thought
no.
it was, this was for me, but I thought it was 2 mile.
It might have been, cause
It was 2 miles.
It
Yeah.
was over there in the Eastgate edition, wasn't it?
Well, it was gonna stretch almost to Mike Hopkins's house. They wanted to go all the way. And we told them no, because those people had it was just different reasons, but like some people were in here that had the outdoor wood burners, they wouldn't be allowed to,
In the city limits, yeah.
so I don't know how.
Are you sure Michelle it's all annex?
He's,
100%, yeah.
go ahead, Jim.
Well, I was gonna say, if the annexation, like for the residential area, was voluntary by the landowner, it could have went through pretty quick. But
Okay.
there's a difference between the annexation and the establishment of a buffer,
Okay,
right? Because the buffer basically just puts out the zoning jurisdiction outside of the corporate limits, but it's still, you know, not taxed, but it's a protection. Not
They just have to say
not that land use is my specialty, but that's
Well,
usually
it's-
the difference between that buffer. That buffer is just, you're not in the city of Lagodi, but you're governed by their zoning.
okay,
That way nobody can put a hog building
yeah,
out by my house.
So we're scheduled to have our first meeting on Monday, but I don't think anything's been formally established. So, I mean, I can talk to them about it and see what they wanna do with stuff. I'd listen to what Jim's saying, and then we'll just kinda. I'll talk to Brian and the folks that are on that. Myself and,
I mean, they have to, yeah, it's.
If,
whatever.
if you actually have the group set up,
but it's not established. Does that make sense? I mean, we're
Yeah.
meeting for the first time.
if you're meeting, but you don't have the group set up, then you're a ways out.
Yeah.
If,
But I mean, we still have to, do the,
Oh,
whatever they have to do the paperwork to say, this is our. So, we got a little bit of time. I'll be able to influence some of it, I think, so.
If the city adopted an ordinance that created a redevelopment commission and they appointed members, then you're locked out.
Okay.
okay,
I'll find out if there's an actual ordinance.
yeah.
I haven't yet to see one, and I'm on the board for that, so. So. I think we're just kind of doing our preliminary meetings.
So maybe you've just appointed some board members and you've not really filed the ordinance and all this.
Exactly, that's why I haven't seen
Okay.
anything yet, so,
Okay,
I'd say the ordinance isn't written.
yeah, I would say so too.
okay.
But with
Yeah,
that,
see what you
but
want
with
to do
that thought-
over there.
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want our help, we're still. I guess.
You
we're
know how
still-
I am, I'm all about what's best for the county, everybody, not just Lagodi or anything else, so. What's best for the county is the way I look at
I
it.
mean, I guess we're still willing to help at this point.
But I
We
guess,
thought it was all in the rearview mirror, but
Yeah,
I guess our question, Dana's question to us. What percentage are we willing to let the city have of anything captured in there?
cause that's the fastest route, I think.
well, like Jim said, that we should basically get our money back for establishing and an administration part of it, so a
Right.
small.
And remember, if you're tiffing outside of the city limits, the tax rate is gonna be lower. Because we don't get the city taxes generated on those parcels, so. The benefit to Lagodi would be, you know. To tiff within their corporate boundaries, and if they needed to annex. Out to pick up some of that additional development, to do that would maximize the revenue that would be available to them, but. Yeah, I
guess
think
the
it's just a matter of
next-
figuring out where Lagodi's at and what they wanna do.
And see, their stuff is kind of funky when it comes to how, like, this house here is not included in the city limits, but you're like, how can it not be? That kind of stuff, like the one next to the church.
Mhm.
You're like, how's that not in the city limits? But,
I mean, I understand what Dana's asking and what Monty's asking. I mean, are we thinking like 80-20, or I think
Yeah.
that's what he's needing. He's wanting a number maybe to
Cause,
take
cause,
back.
'cause I think that the most expedient way to do it is have Jim do it, have the county tip it, and then we do like an 80-20 split, and then everything's covered. But I guess in a sense, Monty's gonna help me out with it. You guys okay with him helping me talk the city into doing it and making it
Yeah, I mean,
happen? Is that okay?
So.
what are you thinking, Warren?
I just think.
It needs to be done.
I think it needs to be done. I think we are about to miss a golden opportunity, because as these come online,
Yeah.
it
That's why
does,
the
it
expedient
doesn't,
route is the best way to go.
Jim, do we just have to have the intention that this is what we're doing by the end of the year, or?
Well, and
You
again,
said 45 days, that's just all but impossible right now.
yeah, I mean, and that's, and why I say 45 days is because I don't know if I have the time
Yeah,
to actually get it done before the holiday, right? To make it happen.
that's true. I mean, we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas here,
But
so we don't even have.
can you do enough of the preliminary part that we catch this year's increases?
Well, and so you would have to adopt that declaratory resolution, and again, I'm just not sure, given my calendar, what that
Oh, you
looks
will.
like.
You've always pulled the rabbits out of your hat for us before.
Well, I know, but I made a definite promise to my wife that I would take next week off and do no work.
No, I understand that.
Right, and that's the part that I want to make sure of, is that I don't say, okay, well, now in order to make this work, that's going to require me to like take that word back. If all that you've got is just a couple of houses that may or may not be assessed by the end of the year, I'm not so sure that the deadline of the end of this year is
We
that
don't
critical.
wanna miss the apartments.
I'm pretty
They're planning
positive.
January, weather permitting.
I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna be assessed here probably for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we just don't wanna miss the apartments, and she said they're gonna frame in January.
That's the goal.
The apartment's gonna be a chunk of money.
The apartments will be a huge chunk of
Yeah.
money.
But we
Okay.
still need to have a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
That way we can get it done.
Yeah,
You've gotta have the urgency.
Yeah, I mean, and then.
You find out what your people wanna do, what Lagodi wants to do,
Yeah.
not your people. I
Today.
mean,
Yeah.
but
Our people.
Our people, yeah.
But
And then, cause I can get Monty pretty easily, on his calendar, so if we can get him pulled in and he can speak on your behalf, we could probably make it happen.
But I mean, I think all of us are here to help Lagodi.
what do you think? Was the 80-20, is that what we wanna live with, or? That'll cover Jim's fees and then,
75-25, cause you know.
that's sort of what I was,
So here, at the end of the day, everybody uses Jessica. And we pay Jessica, so
Okay,
5%.
facade program.
5% of that, and if it's not, so, I mean, 5% isn't a lot. But 5% does help us with some of our costs that we do for this town.
I like that, money.
I mean, that's my thought.
I think that nobody would have a problem.
No, and I
What's
mean,
that,
you know. 'Cause
75,
one of these days, we're gonna have to
25?
pay Jessica more money. To keep her. I'm not, I mean, that's a
As
realistic.
long
thing.
as she don't look around and ignores her phone, no, how can she do
How
that?
can she ignore her phone? That thing rings all the time.
Bargaining 70-30, but 75-25.
Well, I mean, my argument is probably 90 to 100% of it's going back into Lagodi anyhow.
Yeah,
But this way, they feel like there's a
There's a real number. And, you
Yeah.
It
know,
may be more than that, but this is a guarantee
Yeah.
that I think that they will.
and I do believe that is what scared them off, was we was
Yeah.
gonna get our $200,000 back. I
Yeah.
mean,
and-
Because it's
It's a done deal.
so
Yeah.
new to
I mean,
most
we
people,
had to vote to take the money back.
Yeah.
they don't realize, I mean, the TIF district's been in place up at Crane for
2006, almost 20 years
almost 20 years, and we're just now to
somewhere.
almost $1 million, and now stuff's about ready to start falling off.
Yeah.
So it's not a cash cow, but it helps.
Yeah.
But if we wasn't capturing it, nobody would have got it. It's not like it's taxes that somebody else gets to use. Nobody gets it.
Nobody gets it, yeah.
And so if we don't capture, everybody else's houses around goes down, which is nice. I'd like to pay less taxes, but let's get a little bit of income to help improve stuff.
I'm all on it, so.
And so that's what people can't pick up. I mean, that if you don't do it.
Yeah.
The neighbors' houses go down, nobody's income goes up. And so the quicker it's in place, the better, because it's only the improvement.
Jessica, 75 for Lagodi.
Mhm.
Okay,
In theory.
okay.
Well, I think just 75, 25.
75, 25.
But if they say, "Eh, what do you mean 75?" Well, that 5% is to help with the.
Say, well, you sit on your ass and did
Well,
nothing
you
for
don't sit there and say, you know, here's what we
9
did.
months, so.
Yeah.
I can experience those.
True.
I mean-
We got it.
Look at how much of the facade money went to Lagodi,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, no one can deny that Jessica is a benefit to this county.
Thank you, guys.
So-
I appreciate that. I'm not asking for these compliments.
I mean,
but
she
it's-
definitely-
But could
She's
you say
definitely
it
worth
again?
more than
Yeah.
5%.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, so they would go for that and say, yeah, that's worth it because we really benefited.
She's
from it.
definitely worth more than 5%, you guys. I
Thank
mean,
you, Paul.
Get 5% for being a good neighbor.
That's why I want everybody to understand that we are
Same team,
the county.
absolutely.
Lagodi is Lagodi, but Lagodi is in Martin County and I mean, let's face it, nobody's probably gonna build 50 homes over here.
Until we get the sewer fixed.
And we get
Well,
out
I
of the
mean-
flood zone, so.
Mm.
Until the river moves.
You guys done with them then,
I
or?
don't know, there's places to.
Jim,
Do we need a vote?
Dana's gonna check on some things with, Lagodi. And then, we'll have Jessica get with you if that's all right. And I know your holidays are coming up. That's fine. Just when you can, maybe you could work on this some.
Yeah, I would definitely try to accommodate. I just want to make sure that I don't
Yeah.
overextend myself to the point of
No, we're easy.
We're thinking first of next year does it.
But
first of it next year works.
Good, I think.
So will you need the parcels and all that, Jim? Or
If you get that far down the road that you've started to outline some areas, then yes.
Okay, cause that'll be
But we can swing it around, not just Lagodi, right?
Yes, correct.
Anything outside the corporate limits too.
So,
The John C. Strange.
so about that
well.
mile or 2 mile
We
buffer.
capture new houses, there's at least one being built on the Walton property, if not two up there already.
The one on Poplar sold, so I feel like they'll probably start another one pretty soon.
Yeah,
As
Lyle.
They always sell it, and then as soon as one sells, they start the
Okay.
next one, so.
So should we,
I would say we ought to vote to do it
Contingent.
contingent upon Lagodi's approval. Does that make sense, Jim?
Good idea.
It does. That gives you direction on what you'd
Because-
like Jessica to do and what
and
you'd
then
like. I to do.
all Jessica would have to do is reach out with a phone call and we're game on.
Right.
Because we're not planning to have a December meeting.
Are we
Okay.
every other one? No one told me this.
No, it's just these 2 months, wasn't it?
I don't care, whatever.
The holidays and stuff.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
just didn't have a
because
whole
of-
lot shaking. Things are
Because of
starting to shake again.
what was going on. I mean,
And I'll pull Monty in when I need to talk to everybody.
So,
So-
motion,
Need a motion.
How do you word that?
Move forward with the tip.
moving forward
on
with the
Lagody's.
TIF for the city of Lagodi on their blessing
well,
or negotiation.
depends on how you're wording there on city. City would
The corporate limits.
mean corporate limits, and we're talking about reaching out. So. Right?
So we're gonna do around the city anyway,
Yeah, but I mean, we can't do anything inside the city.
inside
unless
the city.
But we just as well,
Contingent on the cities.
I would say a 1 mile buffer would cover everything that he's looking at trying to annex at some point.
Yeah, he'll need parcels. That's the only thing is he needs parcels to make things more clarified.
So back to,
but I think we set up the whole thing as one TIF.
You gonna do like Country Court 5, and that's all laid out, you can get the parcel information on that pretty easy, so do you wanna make it Country Court 5? And then-
I'd say somebody catch up Dave real quick this time.
So the redevelopment commission, the county redevelopment commission is talking about working with the city of Lagodi on setting up a residential TIF on the Country Court 5 project and the Oak Street Village project, and potentially Shaded Estates, the senior living duplexes that are being put in right now. Our understanding is they have a redevelopment commission, they've established one, but no one has established a residential TIF in that area, so we're working, Monty and Dana is gonna work.
We don't know
with the
how
city.
far we've established. We've talked about it. We're gonna meet, but I don't think there's an ordinance. So I don't think there's actually anything established yet.
But the county redevelopment commission is looking at this as a missed opportunity if someone doesn't tip it.
Yeah.
And the city doesn't have anyone like Jim
They
on
can pull it
the,
together.
that can do it.
Cause as soon as those properties get taxed, then they're no longer eligible
Sure,
for
that's-
assessed. They're no longer
Right.
eligible for TIF. And as far as,
My concern is I've really never seen, has the city established a redevelopment commission? Is
We're
it
meeting
function-
on Monday,
is
but
it
but
functioning?
nothing's been, that I've seen
Any
no
ordinance?
ordinance or nothing like that saying, this is it. I
There's
think
no
we're
ordinance
meeting on
written,
Monday
is
on
our
our initial
understanding,
meeting
Dave.
to talk about it.
Cause if Monday, if they adopt an ordinance, Jim said this is all for naught
It's all,
for us.
Yeah,
Well, Well, it's not the
Yeah.
redevelopment commission adopting an ordinance in order, and this is where we need to really figure out what they've done, because in my mind, in order to appoint people to serve on a redevelopment commission, they had to create one.
yeah,
And so if the city council adopted an ordinance that created a redevelopment commission, then they have jurisdictional rights over activity within the city. Now, that's
Yeah.
not to say through an interlocal agreement that they couldn't allow the county to create an area in their boundaries to move this forward. Or they could dissolve their commission if they haven't really started.
Well, I don't think they're there, and I'll just read what
Yeah, but-
Amber sent me.
Right,
So
where I
either
get confused is
today.
if they're having a meeting. I'm not sure how they have a meeting if they haven't already agreed to create a commission. And make appointments.
Go ahead. So Amber said they finalized the date for the meeting, and it will be on Monday and this date, no, next Monday.
what
But
meeting?
that, the Lagodi Redevelopment Commission.
So I'm assuming they've got one
They
created.
can't meet if they haven't passed an ordinance.
Should be like us, if we don't have, if commissioners, if we don't pass an ordinance and do something, you can't even get to the meeting. The meeting Dana's talking about.
Yeah,
but you can he says either sign an agreement with us or shut it down and.
yeah.
I mean, this was what we faced back when we talked about doing what we were doing. Because you guys had me marching down this road to create an area in that residential area. And then the mayor came and said, well, I'm going to create my own redevelopment commission. Well, if they create a redevelopment commission anytime during the process, then we're locked out. And that's why we stopped. So if,
I'll know this afternoon.
yeah, if the city council created a redevelopment commission and appointed members, which I assume they did if they're meeting on Monday, then we've got an extra barrier to kind of have to work around. Because
And I'll
the
find out
county
if it's
can't,
multiple
the county
offices,
can't
just-
independently go in and do something inside of the city.
But we can't outside. of it.
But we can go ahead and start the other.
You can
Yeah.
outside of the limits, yes.
But I would go with the motion to go ahead and move forward with everything. Contingent on Lagodi's approval, and then, that way it's on the table and done.
So the outside Lagodi money would be
We could get the
our money.
state of state project. We could
But
get
I'm
those.
saying that would be redevelopment's money. Lagodi can still come and beg for part of it, but it would be Martin County's money, not
Yeah.
technically city.
Yeah.
That's correct.
That Oak Street project is gonna be huge over the years.
I mean,
I'll
they
know
didn't,
today.
they didn't apply for a tax abatement, did they?
They got a pilot,
No,
they got a pilot.
What time's your next meeting?
I have 1:30.
what's a pilot?
Okay.
It's
It's from the state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it comes from the county though.
Oh, is it?
I'm not saying anything.
There's
No.
not been anything.
No, the city, I'm sorry. It's in the city's jurisdiction. So they did a pilot. Jim, the pilot is new to me. Can you explain what a pilot is?
Typically,
know
the pilot's a payment in lieu of taxes. So if you had a not-for-profit, say that located within your boundaries, right? Within the county or within a TIF or whatever, that payment in lieu of tax would be a payment coming from the taxpayer to whatever entities receiving the pilot. Where I've seen it work a lot is in like utilities. But you could have a not-for-profit that locates the BIC. All right, the BIC in Greene County was a not-for-profit that the county was getting a payment from the BIC in lieu of taxes, because as a tax exempt entity, they're not paying taxes. So they were making a payment to the county to assist with, all of its endeavors over the course of time, through an agreement. So I'm not exactly sure what they've got set up or how they did it, but it's just a way to get a revenue stream from a tax exempt entity, from an otherwise tax exempt entity.
Was that a nonprofit?
No.
I don't know how that,
I know they do get an abatement. I thought the pilot was more like an
So,
abatement.
so if you got an abatement, so
But
I
that's
have,
what-
I have seen them set up where an entity comes in and gets an abatement and then says, where I've seen this is with data centers and solar farms, right? Which may not be the most popular thing to talk about, but a data center or a solar farm that gets a big abatement then turns around and says, well, in appreciation or in consideration of us getting this, 10-year, 100% abatement, we're willing to make a voluntary payment to the city or to the county or even to a school than for its general purposes. So that's more of a negotiated payment that goes out where, again, it's not a tax exempt entity, but it's a tax abated situation where, they may have gotten a $2 million tax abatement, but they're going to give, $100,000 to the taxing authority.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the pilot, but I do
Yeah.
know that there was.
Yeah, if they got a big abatement, then they may have decided to give something back to, but when you do that, it's only going to the one entity, right? So if the city gave an abatement and they're getting a pilot payment, when they did the abatement, nobody's collecting on that, right? The county, the township, the school corporation, the city isn't getting any benefit, but then the city's getting the benefit of the pilot.
I know they were requesting, I know the pilot was a hot topic, which is why I remember that.
I'm really not aware, Michelle, you haven't received any, Michelle, you would know.
Yeah.
You've not received an abatement from the city of Lagodi, have you?
No, but I didn't receive the red
Yeah.
Fox
So the
Cabinetry
Fox
either,
Cabinets, Yeah.
so they're not giving them to me. So I don't know how they expect an abatement if they don't turn it in, so,
These little details will get you.
yeah.
Minor detail.
When that happens.
Yeah, that becomes problematic when all of a sudden the taxpayer gets a bill and they thought they were being abated.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully they think that's the abated rate.
So how should we move forward here, guys? Do we want to move forward or we wanna wait and see what he finds out or what?
I would think we could still vote that way, And-
Contingent upon them having a redevelopment commission or not?
but yeah, but
I
we're
was no
we're
staff
still
My
we're
next
still
meeting's at 3 with them, so.
we're still moving forward with the
Right,
properties outside either way.
Yeah.
So we're moving forward.
we need to go ahead and vote, cause he's gotta get moving on back to work. So how do we wanna go about this? He'd like to vote on it with us.
Make it contingent on the city of Lagodi's
approval
Or development of a redevelopment commission, clarity on that.
Would it be cleaner with two votes, probably? The
Yeah.
city, and then we.
Yeah, you want to
This will be
do,
the cities.
your intention is to do two things, right? One is you want to move forward with creating a TIF area around the unincorporated parcels of Lagodi. That's one. And then the other is you'd like to move forward with assisting the city of Lagodi within the city limits if they've not created their own redevelopment commission.
There you go.
Yes.
Or if you want to back out.
So is that a
Or if they
motion on
want to,
both
or
of
if they
those?
want to dissolve it.
The way that Jim worded, I think is.
Monty made a motion on both of those, the way Jim had worded it.
Second one is.
Second by Aaron. All in favor? Aye.
And I have the understanding it's a 75-25 split.
Inside the city limits.
Inside city limits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
And
it.
then
All right, thank you, Mooch.
I'm hoping somebody
See.
made a motion earlier about and approved adopting the spending plan for 2026.
So,
I made that motion.
Okay,
The seconded it. If I recall correctly.
I thought we did,
oh, you didn't do it?
yeah.
I thought they did.
Okay.
I wasn't sure, I can't recall, but as long as that was.
I made the motion, Rita seconded it.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. In case we didn't, but I was pretty sure we.
Those two.
We was hitting pretty
We
quick.
need to sign.
No, it doesn't need to be signed, but these machines.
Okay,
Well,
perfect. And then
just,
the last thing
because-
for me is, Michelle, you just need to upload that spending plan into the file transmission part of Gateway
Okay,
before the 1st.
okay.
And that's all I've got, unless you've got something else for me today.
Well, I think we've gave you plenty to work on and think about, Jim. Hey, have a good week off next week.
Hey, thank you and a happy Thanksgiving to all.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for everything you do.
Oh, you're welcome.
All righty. Monty, you got an update for us on mid-states?
Yeah, so we had a meeting with Lockmuir last month.
Yeah.
Dana went with me. They're trying to get things coordinated around DuBois County. There's nothing talked about in Martin County. I pulled them to the side and reiterated that we want to use existing territory, that we see no need, and he understood that. And I said, the proposed area it'll come between the church and Marvin's computer shop down through that valley, come back around, and it's projected to hit before the bridge and come back into one lane across the bridge. And then at this point, and DuBois County people are fighting it. They're not wanting to give any funding. The county, my understanding is the county council made it very clear at their meeting, and this month there'll be no money given to help support it. So I don't know, but our side's still in the air.
They're still talking 2030 before they really even.
Yeah.
Talking about us.
So
What about the survey sticks all up 231? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, since they're doing that bridge work, it's kind of hard to say, because they stopped kind of at the bridge. I noticed them when I went to Jasper Tuesday. And they don't really go much past True Love. I guess they come to True Love Church Road, but they don't really go
Okay.
more towards Lagodi.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're maybe looking at resurfacing or culvert.
All right. Well, I just had a few phone calls on it and I said I was having a meeting today and I knew.
My personal opinion is I feel positive that they're redoing the bridges that they're doing, because they're making them wider. That helps lean towards our ability to keep it as a 2-lane. But that's my personal opinion, as long as they keep redoing the culverts and they're making the culverts wider to address that they're preparing. But I have nothing official to say about that, but that's just my opinion.
I think their big shtick is the two bypasses around Jasper and
Yeah.
Hayesville, and of course, those J turns are just ugly, but I don't I still don't. I'm not-
Yeah, they had, that was a big conversation that the J turns where you come here to get to the road here, you come back and go across. It's,
Do a U-turn,
yeah, basically, it's a U-turn.
oncoming traffic.
You'll
Well, they
see it if
just-
you go.
They just
south.
put it in at Stone Belt at Bloomington.
Yeah. They make it real wide area.
And you come out from Stone Belt, you can't get across the traffic to get there.
Some engineer dreamed that up and sold it, and that's what you're gonna see.
They're
That,
saying it's safer than going straight through the intersection. You take a right turn, get into the left lane, do a J turn into the oncoming traffic and go all the way to the right and then go straight. You know, so you're going that straight lane.
Detroit's full
Like,
of them, or they
Doing a
were.
U-turn in front of
Yeah.
people, that just doesn't make sense to me, but. They're smarter about than I am.
they say it was 20% less fatalities with them, and they've got the data to back up what they're doing.
I guess cause they'd be going so slower, slower would be
They're
the
saying
only
there's a
thing.
dedicated lane after the turn, the U-turn on the far right. That, I said, but they still gotta get that farm equipment around that J turn and over to that far right.
Yeah, they,
Well, that one they just put in at Bloomington, cause I picked up my bus star up at Du Bois or Monroe County. I couldn't get across. With all the traffic coming, I
Yeah.
couldn't get across because they put the J so close to where you come out. So I had to go down to Walnut Street.
that's the way I see it too, but I guess maybe we're out.
Well, most of them I've seen are further away, so you got time to get into your lane and then get up to speed. I mean, it takes a little distance.
Yeah.
I mean, them people's running 65 through there. And the turn wasn't from here to the highway to get across 3 lanes of traffic.
But yeah, so like I said, I reiterated that we do not want new terrain.
Deal. Thank you, Monty.
On that, there's a very interesting article in the Du Bois County Free Press this morning. I would encourage you to get on the computer and read. And it was the essence of a commissioners meeting. And it lined out several things about, and that NDOT is looking for local monetary participation in the mid-state corridor. And I think that alone will kill it. But I really encourage you, write it down, Du Bois County Free Press. And read it. It's, and they also indicated that in one part of it that it would be 32 or 33 before construction would even ever be completed in Du Bois County. And I have been told that the plan was that they would finish the construction in Du Bois County before they'd even look to Martin County. So if I can find a way to print it out, I'll get it to you, but I would encourage everybody to look at that article. There were some items that came up in that I hadn't heard before. So,
Thank you, David.
I would see some of this maybe dying down after about 3 years, but
NDOT seeking a local 10% match at $90 million, $135 million. Pocket change.
but Jasper could do it if they wanted to,
But
but
yeah,
they do like to hang on to their money instead of giving it away.
be a tough sell, will be a whole changeover of council if something like that would happen. Or a lot of changeover, I'm not saying.
You mean for them to cough up the money?
$90 million, a lot of money.
Yeah, but if they can,
and that was the bottom dollar. It was more
Yeah, 90 to 135.
Yeah.
And that's not allowing overages. You know, look
Yeah,
at
that's a-
look at our facade grant.
That's at
We were
today's
over
cost.
50%.
That's at today's cost.
Yeah, we've learned on that on the bridge down
Yeah.
there.
I mean, 2 years down the road,
Concrete keeps going up.
On the military, we call it vineyard dollars. basically a 5% increase every year.
Mhm.
Be nice if they finish that bridge over there.
Well,
End of the month.
This
if we
month.
agree, right?
When they're done dumping dirt from the Oak Street Village process down there.
I don't know about that. It's what Scott told me.
I think it's pretty much down to pavement, I hope, what it looks like.
It is.
Yeah, but it's been that way for about 3 weeks, hasn't it?
I think he's got some stuff, he's got some paperwork to give David to look over before we'll agree to it, doesn't he, Dave?
And told me.
Well, we got some 50-degree days coming again, maybe we're gonna pave and do it.
So Paul, I got two things before you end too.
Yeah.
Real quick, so
Yeah.
the meeting that we were supposed to have on Friday, tomorrow, got changed.
Yeah.
Because originally they were gonna have the state of the base tomorrow up at Westgate, at the academy there. Because of the government shutdown, they had to move it, so it's December 9th, still at the academy. It's like 11:15 to 1:15.
That's not the state though, that's Sibber, right?
But it's gonna be, and it's gonna be the defense region too, so, they're just gonna try to throw it all together there. We're still having a meeting tomorrow for the White River Military Coordination Alliance. It's gonna be more of a strategy meeting than a state of the base type of thing. And then, of course, if you guys do come up there on the 9th, we're also doing the Westgate, Authority Board meeting right afterwards too, so, you guys can kind of see in on that too. And then also, I did talk to Shane Lindauer about our comprehensive plan and some of the tourism stuff. I just recently found out that he's the chair of the Natural Resources Committee upstate, so he could have a lot of influence before he leaves on that, if we do want to move forward on anything like handoff. State forest, anything like that on the tourism side. So he said, let him know how he can help. I told him that we're just now finalizing the comprehensive plan for the county, so.
What time was your December 9th meeting?
It's 11:15.
I think you got,
It's 11 something, 11.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
you have to draw online to go to.
Yeah, you gotta register online.
You have to register, yeah.
And what is that meeting?
It was gonna be our state of the base.
State of the base, yeah.
So it's still that,
They'll have that as part of it.
are we gonna receive invites?
I think we already had
I
back.
sent something to you on it. So Paul's got it if anybody needs it.
It's called Southern Indiana Business Report, State of the Region Defense Sector.
Didn't
It's
you,
11 to 1:30.
didn't you send those out to us back?
I think I forwarded it out to you guys. It's
Yeah.
been a minute. It's probably been a
It's
month.
been like
It's probably been about a month since. I
October, I
registered.
think,
Yeah,
maybe into September when you sent them to us.
yeah.
And I think the only reason the state of the base is going there is because of the shutdown. They're still wanting to do it, so.
I don't know if you're listening to.
That's all I have.
I will try to make that date. I could have, tomorrow would have definitely been better.
Yeah.
Cause I've got some stuff scheduled out already tonight, but I'll see if I can't get it moved around.
There'll be plenty of folks up there, so,
Okay,
and I'll get you something from it anyway.
WA? You'll be able to go,
I'm not sure. We got,
Lonnie?
I'm sure Dana's gonna make me register.
I want to, I just got a lot of, I don't know how stuff's going.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta-
understand
I
that.
gotta take 3-phase out of a building, put it in another building. I don't know which days, the day it's happening. But I know the day they shut off the power, it's happening.
That's right.
On the day you need-
All right, anybody else have anything?
I do. Nothing else?
I'm good.
As everybody's aware, the town of Shoals has an ongoing matter with the old new tap building.
I heard something about that.
There's a problem with it?
Yes, there are problems with it.
They closed it down for business.
We gonna have lunch then.
The,
That's the other building.
there are concern in the demolition of that building. And they continue to negotiate with the insurance company. And the determination has definitely been made to demolish the building rather than try to recover it. There are concerns about the buildings to the immediate south of the new tab building, which is, the first is actually part of the new tab building. It's Sandy's. Sandy's restaurant there. And then the next building is the, for lack of a better word, the Mexican restaurant.
Former Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
Casa Seville.
There are concerns that when the new tap is taken down, that those buildings, might be tied in. The determination that the structural engineer has said that they would have to spend $250,000 to $300,000 to shore up those walls before they can take the new tab down. After consideration, for lack of a better word, the new tap committee is recommending to not do that, and they have recommended that somehow or the other that the Casa Sevilla, I'm sorry, that the town look into purchasing that building, so that it would be covered that way, and they would not, and then that building has been for sale. So the town of Shoals, which, I think you all know I represent as well. They want to consider buying that building. Or they want to ask Redevelopment Commission to purchase that building. To help out the town of Shoals in this project and hopefully get this thing done.
So can we make a motion to buy it without disclosing the numbers?
No, you can just close the numbers.
But if you throw out the numbers, then the owner can sit there and listen to the meeting
We
and see.
We
what-
have a commitment, well, not a. We have I can't tell you it's a solid commitment, but I've talked to the realtor. The gentleman has lowered the price. He has said he did not care to take the equipment out of there. So the equipment could stay with the building. I know Warren, you and Jessica, we remember when we looked at that lot in Crane. I'd said that redevelopment could not buy that lot without appraisals. But there are certain conditions where redevelopment can purchase real estate. If they determine it to be blighted, unsafe, abandoned, or foreclosed. I don't think there's any doubt that the redevelopment commission could declare that building, there
Several of those.
several, unsafe, blighted, well, I'm not, maybe not blighted, but be unsafe. We would not have to get appraisals as a redevelopment commission, so
It is blighting the people around them. I mean, it's costing, it has to be costing those people some
yes.
money because they can't get to their place very good.
The realtor has told me that redevelopment commission can buy that building for $85,000.
And that's with the equipment, so we can
With-
sell the equipment out of there,
With the
right?
equipment.
Or we can rent it, or sell it, or rent to
Yeah.
own.
If the building survives, we could. the
Yeah.
Commission.
Got to be
could
positive,
rent it.
Dave. I like 85.
So,
Are we gonna get Main Street or Shoals cleaned up if we get this building bought?
I think it all helps of the town.
that is everybody's intent.
So what do they
I mean,
need
are they,
to do that?
Doesn't sound real,
The town of Shoals has not developed a plan for what they're gonna do with that lot, with the new tap lot. At this point, they just wanna get the thing down, and then they can determine where to go with it.
yeah,
Let's say in theory, Dave, that we agree, the redevelopment commission agrees to pay the $85,000 for the building. And we have a building. What's the timeline of the town of Shoals just getting rid of the rest of it?
yeah, that's what
Do they
I'm,
have a timeline?
And they-
Cause I don't wanna, I mean, I like the idea of us buying a building, and it's been discussed before outside of this meeting. In a couple of us in various locations, and I like the idea of the redevelopment commission owning the building, then we can have an incubator space, and we do all kinds of things for that, for the town of Shoals there. But I don't wanna do it and have 5 years down the road, we still have the same situation down here.
waiting on the,
No, there is an impetus to this. They would like to get it done before the end of the year.
The end of 25,
Yes, sir.
no, well, that makes me.
so there's no, if we own the building and are not holding them responsible if it falls down, they're ready to tear it down.
Well, it still has to be negotiated with the insurer, but the attorney that is representing us with that regard to that is pretty encouraged that we can get something done pretty quick.
Because I
No
would,
guarantee. You gotta understand.
well, there's
I would
weather,
think-
there's.
I would think you could throw that at them, say, hey, we're buying this to relieve your insurance. You're not held responsible for this building. Now let's get in here and get her done.
That will go a long way toward a resolution is what I've been advised.
Are you guys gonna sell the equipment out of there though, just in case?
We'll leave it.
Still need to leave it in there while they're working on it.
Shoals needs another restroom.
It does, what if that building comes down and you have, what, $50,000 worth of new equipment coming down and that building falling on it?
It's not that much. The Ansel system's the biggest thing.
You've redone a lot of stuff back there and that kitchen's all like new.
I don't think it'll affect it. If they go in there and take care of that beam across there, they cut that beam, I don't think we'll have any problem.
But the host is another restaurant goes in there, if
Something,
the equipment's already there, it kind of, it's like a seed.
it's a seed, cause I think we could get another restaurant in there.
Oh. I mean, I
I know
think,
we're not gonna be able to insure it.
At least not till the building's done.
I don't know, man, I'm almost with Jessica on,
Sell the equipment out.
or at least get it out. I mean, but if you don't think there's enough of it. Did we do a walkthrough and see what's in there?
I don't,
I imagine Patty, which
You could sell it. You could sell that stuff.
well,
yeah, but used restaurant equipment don't have a lot of value.
It's not very huge.
I've been there, I bought it,
Yeah,
I've
but
been
still,
through this
it's-
scenario.
Well, I even think about Los Amigos is wanting to open up a new restaurant in Montgomery. Would they be interested in it?
well, maybe they would be interested in coming over here if
Absolutely.
it's.
You know what, their tax dollars going to Davis County, we
I
want
know,
to stay
I'm not
right
saying that, I'm
here.
just thinking about the redevelopment commission getting some funding for the equipment.
I would say give it a little bit, see who's interested in potentially putting a restaurant in there, because that's a big bonus to have that stuff already set up.
So is there, I guess,
And then
What's in
90
there?
days, 120 days,
if it's just chairs and all that, we have a building across the street we could store it in. That,
Well, the chairs is,
I mean, the chairs are minor, the biggest thing is your heating, your cooking.
if Cracker Barrel comes in, they won't want them. If
Another Mexican restaurant.
if another Mexican restaurant comes in, they'll use them, but the chairs are not. They're kind of only, I mean,
Mhm.
the setup is very
They're
Mexican.
Mexican oriented.
So it's only gonna be, that stuff only be used, but the stuff in the back. I mean, I don't know how installed it is. I don't know if it's.
I mean, a fryer is a gas line or electric line that hook underneath. The Ansel system, that's a suppressed unit. That's gonna take somebody that knows what they're doing.
I don't think that could come out.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
not
so-
gonna
I
uninstall
mean,
that. and
I'd say it would be
reinstall it.
just mainly the floor equipment, wouldn't you? If
Yeah.
anything,
But, you know, a refrigerator's, depending on what it is $10,000 or something.
But
A
I guess
fast
Dave needs
fryer's
to know,
3 or 4 probably.
Dave needs to know if we're good with 85. right?
Yeah, then you guys have discussed.
Then we'll figure out the rest
Now,
whenever.
you've got to decide you're gonna buy the building first, and then you decide where you're.
Yeah,
Well, but they'll take the 85.
Well, like I said, there's no guarantee, but
Well,
he is, the gentleman is motivated.
when we're in theory not having another meeting till next year sometime and we say 85 is good right now, that might entice them to,
Well, what I need is number one for you, for this. For the commission to determine that bill, to declare that building is unsafe. Then I need the commission to authorize me to offer that 85,000 for that building.
I make a motion to deem that what, 3 buildings unsafe. Right?
No,
We know the other two are, that's.
I mean,
that's
but
documented.
it's the whole area that's unsafe.
yeah, but
We're only moving on one.
We're just dealing on.
Do we need the address on that, or do we just?
232 Main Street.
New taps of 232, so.
That's a motion from Warren. He's
So
deemed,
just for the Casa Seville building, you're saying?
deemed the ex-Mexican restaurant Casa Seville building.
And she can insert the address if she finds it, but
I'll second the motion.
Second by Monty.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry. The first motion is this commission needs to declare that building unsafe.
that's what this is.
Yeah,
This is what this is.
yeah. Now authorize Dave to make the offer.
Yeah, we're deeming it unsafe.
I want two separate motions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion by Warren. Second by Monty. All in favor? Aye.
That address is 228 Main Street,
28.
according to.
Now, are we interested in the purchase of the ex-Mexican restaurant Casa Seville? For the,
Knowing that it could fall down and we have nothing but a cleaned up street. Which needs to happen.
It's a gamble. I mean, we've gambled on other things.
But I will, as an advocate for the town of Shoals, the town needs it, needs some action there.
I'll make a motion that we give Dave the ability to offer $85,000 for 228 Main Street.
Second,
motion by Monty.
So we have an understanding that they're gonna move quickly.
That's
I mean,
okay.
we don't want this to be a 5-year ordeal like.
Definitely don't want to still see it sitting there in
I
July.
mean,
Not again.
no. So that's.
Or we'll go tear our own building down. So it's a motion from Monty and a second from Warren, on the $85,000 purchase. All in favor? Aye.
hey, you just did. I know how you feel.
You swayed me. Aye.
Now Paul's gonna jump on it.
Well,
And then, once it's cleaned up, we can figure out where we're going, but it's got
I
to
know,
be
I
cleaned
know,
up.
I thought about that too, I'm like, you already gave them a.
So,
Anybody else?
will we have to meet again to spend the money, or can we,
I think it's already been authorized, right?
Well,
Authorize.
I
or
don't
do we
have-
have to?
appropriation to spend, I don't think anywhere in your budget.
May have to, call a special meeting to.
Yeah,
well, if we call a
Hold on.
special meeting, we won't walk it at that time.
the council have to call a special meeting. Well,
We meet December.
I don't have time to advertise now. I know. So once a week,
It is,
paper,
it's a council meeting.
December 1st,
So
unless you moved your meeting,
Following week,
yeah,
up to the 8th.
I'd say move it.
or even, depending on how much time I need, the
We
following.
move it to the 8th. That's the next Monday, because the Tuesday's the 9th of the.
That's the same night you have Town of Shoals too on December 8th.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's all we do, it won't Well, no, it'd be a regular
Yeah.
council too,
At least you wouldn't have to come in extra time.
but does redevelopment have to,
We shouldn't have to meet anymore. We've already approved it if we've got the money to spend.
You can move, yeah. that's
So we-
correct, But the council does need to.
Yes.
Does they need payment by the end of the year?
Mhm.
That's the other one. Title work and all that could be pushing.
We gotta get that done.
figure it out? Yeah,
We have to have an executive session, we just have one. Or a
I
call meeting.
mean, we're only two.
I mean, if we do need to do anything, we can do ours, we could do via
Email.
Zoom or email on our vote, cause we already agreed to it, so I mean. Ours wouldn't be a big deal, your council meeting is the one that's,
Move it to the 8th one.
I'd say move it. Just let everybody know.
Let me see what I've got. Let me see what I've
Don't
got
have
first,
email.
okay?
Yeah, if we have to
Check
do
with
it,
him again. I told him to come in and we'd work on it, but I'll double check.
For him to come in,
Yeah, I need him to
Okay.
come in.
yeah, cause the last time I said something about a meeting, he said.
I would think
"Get
if
any
we're
email."
doing the town shows a favor, they could move their meeting if they need to.
They're also approving that night too, so.
but
Well, they don't, it's not contingent upon souls, right? I mean,
I was getting Dave the 8th is what I was getting at.
It's a shared
but he won't
resource.
have to be at our
I'll have to,
meeting.
I figured out, cause I've gotta do some advertising for the town shows and.
But Dave shouldn't have to be at our meeting to explain to us what this is, I don't think.
Oh, I always gotta hold your guys' hand.
Mhm.
that'll be the next night, that's our meeting. All right, anybody else have anything?
Motion to adjourn.
So next
I-
meeting is January 15th then, is
Unless,
that right?
unless you need us to do something email or Zoom wise,
Okay,
yes.
January 15th.
we got next meeting.
I do apologize for being late.
Or? The Al knew it too.
Kept asking me questions. I thought I knew some.
Still 11 o'clock here, no 15.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's 11 o'clock here, January 15th, 2026.
We may own a new building by then.
It's, I guess, do you wanna continue, might as well, do you wanna continue with the meetings as set for 2026?
Oh, I like him on Thursday
Okay, so
at 11.
I guess that'll.
Yeah, thanks. I hadn't thought about
I
that.
do. Monty? I don't care, Warren.
Where it works, I'll make it work.
All right, Monty's made the motion to adjourn.
Me and Monty may not be here next year.
We'll be here next year.
Yeah, next year.
We get voted on every year.
Yeah, who else
Oh,
wants
that's
that?
true.
Yeah.
Don't be for shadowings.
No, no, I don't know anything. I
All right,
was
Warren,
looking at some of that,
got a second?
I was looking at some of that stuff the other day and I was wondering, why in the world are you elected 4-year terms and most of these offices we fill every year?
Mhm.
Do they have to be that way? They have to be filled every year?
But yeah, we can elect somebody for the park board.
Yeah, you have to appoint.
Yeah,
people
all of
every
those other
year.
things we do,
That is weird.
because I don't know what I was looking at.
We go to the library for some reason, like 4 years.
Well, they are staggered terms. Some places have staggered, like library.
It just seems like the things that we sit on, council and commissioners is
Yeah,
appointed every year. Like
You would-
Dana's not appointed every year to sit on the
Westgate.
Westgate board, it's 3,
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah,
pretty sure. There's 3 of you for Martin County. so-
Just 3 of us, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty sure redevelopment does not allow staggered terms, it's annual appointment.
well, and I mean, we do it at everywhere, recycling, I mean, we're all.
Yeah, I just,
It's
one of them
it's the way
things
the
that-
Statutes written.
you think about when you should be sleeping or something, I thought, why in the world does this have to be done every single year? Cause
Well, I'm gonna
99%
second
of
your
the time,
motion,
we'll
Warren.
never change them.
So,
That's so true.
All in favor? Aye. I second on the adjournment.
I said it once,
Oh, I didn't hear you.
in the middle of talking.
Oh.